Okay, so today I want to talk about this device, the SOMA Rumble of Ancient Times, designed by Kakos Nonos. It's a really nice device. I love it. It's a very good price, I think, for the features you get. And yes, there is no screen. You have to kind of learn the UI, but everything is in front of you. I think it's pretty easy to learn. And once you learn it, it's very powerful, I think. So briefly, let me present the device. So it's a 4 oscillator device. The main volume is here, main volume knob. You have one audio out, mono, and then one sync in. So you can actually sync the tempo with external gear. You have a power on off switch here. Right now it's powered off. And here we have 4 oscillators, and for each oscillator you have one knob, one button, and one touchpad. So the knob controls different parameters depending on which page you are on. The button turns the oscillator on and off. You press it, it turns on. You press it, it turns off. And then the touch plate is also on and off, but it's momentary. If the oscillator is off, then you trigger it, you start the sound, and when you release, the sound stops. And you have some control on attack and decay, but I'll get back to that in a sec. Then you have 3 buttons, that allow you to navigate through the pages of menu. You have 8 pages, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you navigate using these buttons. It's pretty simple. Basically, when nothing is activated, you are on page 0. Then if you press 1, you're on page 1. If you press 2, you're on page 2. To get to number 3, you press 1 and 2. 1 and 2 that gives you 3. Then for 4, you press the 4. For page 5, 4 and 1 gives you 5. For page 6, 4 and 2 gives you 6. And for page 7, you press 4, 2, and 1, all 3. So it's a pretty simple system. Then we have 2 buttons, record and erase. So these are for the sequencer. There is a small sequencer. And then there's a chaos button that randomizes everything except the page you're on. And that's important because that means if you're on the page where you control the pitch, if you press the chaos, the pitch will stay constant and everything else will be randomized. Or if you're on the page which control the filter, everything else will be randomized, but the filter will stay the same. So that's actually an important distinction. All right, so let me turn it on. So the light indicates that the 4 oscillators are on. So to turn them off, I can just click the button and you see the light goes off and the oscillators goes off. And if I want to turn them on, I can click the button. Then if they're on, when I press the plate, I momentarily stop it, right? You see the light turns off. That means the sound will turn off as well. And obviously, I'll do that with sound in a moment. If the oscillators are off, when you touch, you actually trigger the oscillator, right? So you trigger the sound. All right, so let me turn on one oscillator, and now I'll put some volume. Here I am on page 0, right? So that means that each knob controls the pitch of its oscillator. So this knob controls the pitch of oscillator 1 from here, so from pretty low, pretty much below audio rate, to, that was painful, to pretty high. Okay. All right, so I'll turn it off for a second. Now let's navigate to to page 1. So in order to do that, I just press the 1 and now I'm on page 1. So on page 1, the knobs control now the waveform of each oscillator, voice 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now I can control the waveform. So all the way counterclockwise, it's a sine wave, and then Okay, and that's all of them. I didn't count how many, but quite a few. And actually on the back you can see the detail, I believe. Yeah, so sine wave, what is it, the ramp, I don't remember. It's sawtooth, pulse, some other random, yeah. Okay, so what you heard here is, yeah, I can trigger the other oscillators by pressing the touch plate, and I can stop the first voice one by pressing holding the touch plate. Okay, so that's page 1. That's the waveform. Then page 2, 3, and 4 have to do with the LFO. So let me just stop that for a second. So page 2 controls the LFO frequency, page 3 the LFO amount or depth, and page 4 the LFO type. And that's each knob controls the LFO for its oscillator. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there is one LFO for each oscillator. So let me start by adding some, so going to page 3 to add a little bit of LFO. So to get to page 3, I press 1 and 2, right? So that's 3. And now if I open, okay, you can hear there is some artifact. I mean, it's a 8-bit lo-fi synth, so that's kind of part of the charm. You have these weird artifacts. Also, I forgot to mention, but it functions on battery. So it's possible that my batteries are a little low, which increase the artifact. I don't know, I'm not sure, but it works. So here we go. We have our LFO. Let me put the maximum depth. Okay. All right. So now on page 2, I can control the frequency. So now I'm on page 2 because only the 2 is lit. Right, so it goes from slow, not super, I wish it could go even slower, but still pretty slow, and then it goes pretty fast. I wish it would go even faster, but that's what we have. That's the range. Okay. Then page 4 controls the type. So here, if it's on the left-hand side of the rotation, the LFO will control the pitch, and it will be either a sine wave, a ramp in the opposite direction, a pulse, whatever that is. Yeah, I don't know. There are some, and a random. Sample and hold, right? So all of this was in the left hand side up to noon position for the knob, right? Then if I go on the clockwise further on the right hand side of the rotation, now I have the same choice of waveform for the LFO, but now the LFO controls the amplitude instead of the pitch. So it's pitch on this side, amplitude on that side. So let me move to the amplitude part. Right, and I have different waveforms here. Pretty cool. So that's the random. Yeah, nice. Okay. Let's see what happens if I put a little less amount, a little more subtle. Still cool. Let's increase the frequency. Whoa. Okay. So let me settle for maybe a sine wave. Like a kind of a tremolo. Let's increase the depth a little bit. Okay, cool. So that's the LFO, controlled by page 2, 3, and 4. Then we have page 5 is what I would call the utility page. So you have these two. So unlike the page 0 to 4, page 5 controls applies to all 4 voices, 4 oscillators. The first 2 oscillators here control the attack. So attack and release, sorry, the envelope, so the attack and release respectively. So let me demonstrate. So let me go on page 5 first. So page 5, I press 4 and 1. Here we go. All right, so okay, so right now, let me put the attack and decay at 0, right? Very clicky, but now I can increase the attack, make it a slower attack. Right, and I can do the same thing for the release to get rid of this click. Okay, so here I have maximum release, maximum attack. Okay, and if I go at noon, like in the middle, okay, you can get rid of the click like that. And again, this now apply to all 4. The same envelope will be applied to all 4 oscillators. Then on the same page, page 5, we have these 2 knobs control the filter. So the filter frequency, well, let me actually use a drone for that. So all the way open, and let me change the waveform so we hear the filter a little better with something with more harmonics. Here we go. Okay. Back to page 5. Okay, I'm closing the filter. It's a low pass filter. And when I go all the way, I actually stop the sound. So I actually like to use the filter to take bring the device on and off, the voices on in and out, rather than the volume. It's a little more, well, I don't know. I mean, at least it's another option. And then we have here the resonance, right? So cutoff and resonance. Okay, and we can so we can actually get to self oscillation, get to pretty kind of gnarly situations here with the filter. Okay, so reopen. Let's go back to a more nice sine wave, always my favorite. Okay, so that's page 5, what I call the utility page, with the envelope here and the filter here. Then we have page 6. So page 6, I'm not gonna demonstrate too much, but basically it has to do with the way, okay, let me stop this. It has to do with the algorithm, the way the voices interact with each other. Different types of interaction, different type of algorithm for interaction within the voice, between the voices. So that's these 3, controlled by these 3 knobs. And the last knob controls the way, the order in which the oscillators are routed. So are they in serial, in parallel? And all this is detailed, oops, here in the back. So these are the summing algorithms. So addition with overflow, subtraction, multiplication, XOR, FM, wave shaper. And pot 4, select between 3 different algorithms for the way the oscillators are routed. So it's either, well, you can, if you don't understand this, don't worry about it. If you do, here it is. All right, and it's neat that it's written in the back. Everything, you don't need the manual. This thing, once you understand the basic, you can really get along. Even after 6 months not using it, you can go back to it. So I really like that aspect of it. Okay, and finally page 7. So page 7, a few things, well, 2 different things actually. So these 2 have to do with tempo and click. So 7 will control the tempo, and you can see the tempo here. There's a tempo light, right? can see here I'm getting faster, right? Faster, faster. And then all the way clockwise, there is nothing. All the way counterclockwise, there is nothing. The difference is that all the way, let me see, it's also written here. Yeah, all the way counterclockwise, there is no sync. All the way clockwise, it's external tempo. So it will take tempo from the sync, whatever is plugged in, right? Okay. Number two, not two, or to still on page 7 is the click. So here you can, so let me put some tempo. Okay. If I go all the way counterclockwise, I have a click. All the way clockwise, I have a click. What's the difference? No difference. And then bypass, I'm not sure what that is. Some bypass, yeah, that I would have to look in the manual. But yeah, at least you can use this for the click, right? If you want that. Okay, I don't want it, but all right. And finally, we have randomized knobs. So these are, so let me put some sound. Okay, how can I make that a little louder? Let me open the filter. Maybe slightly higher pitch. Okay, so back to page 7. All right, so here, random amount and random speed. So I can choose certain amount of randomization. So here, let me increase the amount. And I guess in this case, it randomizes the pitch. Oh, and also, okay, more than that. Okay, and I can choose the random speed, so how the speed of the randomization. Okay. And it looks like it randomizes everything, or at least the pitch, the waveform. Amount of the registers in randomization, speed of randomization. Okay. So here I guess you'll have to look in the manual to see exactly what's randomized. All right, so, oh yes, let me talk about the sequencer. So the way the sequencer works is you need to set a tempo. So tempo needs to be active. And let me choose, okay, tempo like this. And it will record 4 beats, one measure, 4/4. And then if you continue playing, it will just overdub. So let me demonstrate. You have to hold the record button and then, right? And that's it. It's recorded. And so now if I can play over it, right? And it's not an audio recording, so I can still now go and change the pitch. Change the waveform. Or whatever I want. Change the tempo. Right? I can overdub at any time. Okay, so here I was trying something, but okay, stop. How do I stop this? So I stopped it by putting the tempo at 0, essentially. And to erase, so my sequence should still be there. So let me add some tempo. Here we go. Okay. If you want to erase, you hold erase and you press an oscillator and you will erase. So here I'm erasing everything on voice 2, but the other voices are still moving. I'll erase a little bit of voice 3. Okay, so it's kind of cool because you can really erase little by little and do some cool stuff like that. Yeah, the chaos button, let me just demonstrate that before I finish. Okay, let me record another sequence. Okay, so chaos button, it will randomize everything except the page I'm on. So if I go to page 0, for example, and I press the chaos button, it should preserve the pitch and change everything else. Yep. Okay, so you see. Okay. What I like to do is to go on page. Okay. All right. So something when thing gets crazy, I like to do that. Just turn it off, turn it on, and you go back to a simple state with all sine waves. Okay. So what I like to do is go to page 5, close the filter. Right. So I close the filter completely, and press the chaos button, and then slowly open the filter and see what I got. Right. Cool, like that. What happens if I remove some of the voices? Okay. I can do it again. Let's see what we got. Okay, that was more on the noise side of things. Let's try again. Another chaos. Whoa. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, wonderful little machine, very powerful, I think, for the price, and the fact that it's portable, it works on battery. I've used the same set of four. It's four what is it, AAA batteries, and I've used the same set for like a month now. So I don't know, maybe the some of the artifact, like the noise, the background noise, comes from my batteries being a little low, but as far as I can tell, they still work. So it's pretty amazing. And of course, you need to put this into a nice reverb. You need some effects. Yeah, the raw sound is a little harsh, but you know, if you put that with reverb, delay, chorus, whatever, and you can really get some nice out of this world type of textures and sounds.